Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's Crush It in Sales podcast. I'm your host, Melinda Van Fleet. I'm a sales, strategy, and success coach for businesswomen who infuses mindset, intuition, and human design into my coaching and consulting. So thank you in advance for joining me. Today, I want to talk about eliminating distractions. Yes, so I'm going to be sharing with you 3 tips to help you eliminate distractions so you can skyrocket your productivity fast. Yes, you can do it. I know you can do it. This podcast is also on the coattails of the previous podcast, episode 118, which was about overcoming overwhelm, which is also a really, really big topic that a lot of people struggle with. And I would dare say that every one of us has had to learn how to manage overwhelm at some point or another. So definitely check that podcast out if you haven't already. So in the spirit of productivity, I'm just going to jump right into this podcast. The first thing I want to say, though, is all 3 of the tips I'm going to share really require awareness. I believe awareness is such an important part of managing your life and managing your business, because often people run on autopilot. We just keep going and going and going with our busy lives, our hectic lives, and then we're responding to all these things around us, right? Whether it's email or social media or conversations with your children, if you have children, business people, business partners, clients, anyone you run into, everything's just kind of this quick conversation, transaction, and we just keep going and going and going. So it's really important as I go through these tips to realize the foundation is awareness. And if you are someone that is really aware already, kudos. If it's something you need to work on, please work on that as well, and maybe even try to do it first. So the first tip has to do with something I hear people say in regards to a book from Brian Tracy, which is called Eat That Frog. Now, the premise of the book is that you're attacking a really big task first. And that's what I've heard. I don't think I've ever read it, but it's been a long time since I've really dived into a conversation about it, but this is just from my memory. So please forgive me if I do get this wrong, but it keeps coming up, and I just saw it in an email blast this morning, so I'm going to address it. There's nothing wrong with that if that works for you. If you wish to attack the big frog first in your busy day, get rid of the task that is daunting, the project that may be a little scary or uncomfortable or require the hard work, and you want to put it off, the premise of Eat That Frog first is that you're going to do it first and get it done with, right? But that may not work for you. And I'll use myself as an example. That doesn't work for me. I need to get rid of all the little stuff that's distracting, that's keeping me from focusing, and then do the big thing when my mind is free and clear of all the little distractions. And I time batch those little distractions. I can make a list and I go, okay, I can do all this in an hour. And I get it done. Again, so then my mind is free and clear. But that may not work for you. So you really have to have awareness, circling back to awareness, around how to manage your day so you can eliminate being distracted and you can really focus. So the first step is to listen to yourself, figure out what works for you in terms of managing your day. And just know there's several different options out there, and you should figure out what is best for you. Number 2 is having awareness around what you don't need. And there's lots of shiny objects out there. There's lots of marketing that's very FOMO based, and there's a lot of content that may be too basic for you. You may be beyond some of this content. Some of these people you follow, you may be like, I already get this. I already understand this. I already embody this. I really don't need to follow this person anymore. I really don't need to read this article I really don't need this book. There's so many things that you can probably look at and go, does this serve me? Do I need this? Am I beyond this? Do I like it? How is it helping me? Ask yourself these questions and then decide if you want to continue on that path. I get rid of emails all day long. I've been doing even more. I'm like, why is this person emailing me out of the blue? Unsubscribe. So if their content just doesn't serve you, it's not where you're going, look to edit it. Eliminate that distraction because it's just a distraction and you don't need it. And number 3 is understanding and building awareness around what you do need. So there may be something in your business that you wish to do this year, you wish to accomplish, or you wish to get better at. So are you following the right people? Have you signed up for the right courses? Are you reading the right books? Are you listening to the right podcast? Are you on the right email list? So make sure your goals and your desires and your dreams are aligned with the content that you are consuming. However, in the spirit of eliminating distractions, turn it off when you're working on something. So shut the email down, turn the phone off or turn the ringer off, put the phone in a drawer, eliminate distractions, and you will be able to focus so much better and get what you need done. You'll be able to skyrocket your productivity. So I'm going to repeat these tips again, just really fast. Number 1, figure out what works for you. Is it that you're going to eat the frog first, or you're going to get rid of the little tasks first, so then you can clearly focus without your mind being distracted on the bigger task for the rest of the day, but do what works for you. Number 2, really build awareness around, do I need this? Does this serve me? Or is this just basic jargon that I'm getting sucked into again? Another shiny object, another piece of FOMO marketing. What is it? Do I really need it? And if you don't need it, eliminate it. And number 3, do still keep or sign up for the things that you do need. However, don't have it on when you're trying to get something done. So I hope these tips help. Please reach out to me. I would love to hear from you, melinda@melindavanfleet.com. I have 2 courses on my website, melindavanfleet.com. Number 1 is Supercharge Your Transformation, which will help you build a foundation, get clear, so all these magical things can start to happen and things start to come into play for you. And number 2 is mediumaccelerant.com. So if you are wanting to write on medium.com, or maybe you're just getting started and you need a little bit of help with some extra tips, I can save you a lot of time by just sharing what I have learned over the years. And I put it into a very simple, easy to follow course that dives into all the things that you need to know. So until next week, I hope you crush it in sales. Thanks for listening.